I'm excited about the tight end room. You got Hooper. You have Njoku, who said he's back in. He's all in now with Cleveland, and I'm glad. I never thought it made any sense for the Browns to acquiesce to Rosenhaus, his agent's trade demand. I think David Njoku has a chance to be a good tight end in this league, and I want him to be a good tight end with the Cleveland Browns. And then you have the draft pick, Harrison Bryant. I'm excited to see what this tight end group can do, and especially when you know that Kevin Stefanski loves his tight ends.
It's so clear to me that the Njoku thing, here's what I get out of that. If you're Drew Rosenhaus and you're not worth, I don't know, $10 million a year, don't bother calling Drew Rosenhaus. There are other guys who handle that smaller amounts of money.
Yeah, it was a little odd that David Njoku, coming off the season he was coming off of, which was not good at all, barely played, was in the doghouse with Kitchens, would all of a sudden be saying, well, I got to get out of here. I'm going to demand a trade, because the Browns had no reason to move him. I'm sure they weren't going to fetch anything major for him because he wasn't coming off of a good year. So the Browns had all the leverage. Rosenhaus tried to force Njoku out of here. It didn't work. And Njoku comes back on Twitter and says, okay, I'm all in for Cleveland. And that's good. I believe him. I think David Njoku will work hard. I think he'll want to resuscitate his career. It's only been a few years in the league, but I think he's going to want to get back on solid footing as a prospect to good tight end. And therefore, the Browns are going to get the maximum effort from David Njoku.
Yeah, it's so obvious to me. There's nobody else, very few teams around the league playing that kind of an offense. So Njoku rather, can show himself and the rest of the league what he can do. And you know that it's a copycat league. If the teams don't like what they're doing this year, hey, throw in a couple tight ends next year.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you're Njoku, you put your nose down and you go to work and you earn your snaps. Presumably, you're going to be productive as long as you get open and catch the ball. He has the athleticism. He's in the right system to do it. Okay, so you go through this season, you stay healthy, you be productive, and then, you know what? Either the Browns keep you, or you can say, hey, I'm coming off of a really productive 2020 season for another team. So I think it just behooves Njoku to stay here, work hard, earn snaps, be productive, and that's apparently what he's going to try to do.